this is Tom from anti-proton.com, and here we are at Kintai, the Kintai Bridge. This bridge was created in approximately 1640, 1650, somewhere in that time range, about the same time my family got to America. So it's been here over 400 years. The original bridge was put together without any nails or anything. However, that's been changed because one flood after another knocked the thing out. So unfortunately, poor planning was sort of a problem. But it hasn't been after that. As you can see, the bridge is working absolutely just fine. So we're going to go around and get ourselves some video of the bridge and all the things up there. Like, for example, on the top, you can see a building up there. And we'll see what we can find, and maybe take a few clandestine readings too. But we're not going to discuss those yet. That'll be later. So, until then, let's take a look at the Kintai Bridge. As you can see, the bridge is constructed of wood and nails, although the original did not have any nails whatsoever. The modern nails are made from the same material that katanas are made from, the same high iron, long iron crystal. It's like a crystal of iron that's longer than most normal ones, at least that's what I've read. Actually a little bit higher up than you might think. And as you can see down there, there's rapids. Absolutely beautiful. So far, I'm really liking the south of Japan. There's a lot of tourists here, though. Of course, then again, what the hell am I? Obviously, I'm a tourist. But we'll see what we can find while we're here. Now, apparently there's a castle around here somewhere, too, which is where I'm going to try to go next time I get a chance. There's some pigeons. Konnichiwa, pigeons. Ah, pigeons. Rats with wings. These sort of pylons, if you like, they're not exactly pylons, but they're made from stone, and there's gravel and everything, and they're designed to withstand attacks from the water, which mercilessly pounds away at the bridge. Several times this bridge has been knocked down as a result of floods and typhoons and such. That's what these are for. As you can see, they are put together with metal. It looks like metal to me. Everything is nicely capped off. It looks like metal rods right there. The other side has the exact same thing. As you can see, designed to attempt to block the water. Water's pretty powerful and makes its way through. There are lots of fish, although you can't see them very much. The only one I've seen is a dead fish, but there are plenty in there. There's one, just jumped. Did you see it? There's a little minnow right in there in the water. It's swimming upstream and jumping. That's what those little silver flashes are. Let me put my glasses in front, perhaps you can see them better. The glasses make it easier to see through the water. They work as a filter. There are little fish in this water. It looks pretty clean too. What nice construction. Maybe you can see the little fish. Maybe you can't. I have digital zoom on. This right here is where they're jumping. See them? Little bright flashes. Only with the glasses can you see the fish, because it cuts the glare off the water. Probably a polarization effect. Before me is a very interesting tree. It is interesting because it is propped up by this wood and grows out of the ground right here. There's little sprouts of something growing out of it, like whiskers. It's very old, apparently. It seems as such. It is a Prunus exudanesis. The X is the wrong font, so I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, still an interesting tree. Very, very interesting. Now we are here at the bottom of the bridge, so we can look underneath the bridge and see what we see. Interesting rocks down here too. Alright, the bridge is apparently mounted. I'm guessing that I'm on sedimentary and metamorphic rock, but I'd have to do a closer look to see for sure. The wood is mounted on top of stone with steel or iron. It looks like steel all the way around it. I guess it wouldn't be iron, it would be steel. The construction of the bridge is wooden. As you can see, it's very wooden. Although there are nails in it now, the original did not have any nails and did not need nails. The nails and metalwork have been put in for reinforcement purposes. You can see the water. This rock is quite interesting. Let's go over to the water now and see what we can see. Japan is full of these kinds of places. Just this little pair of shoes. Just beautiful scenes. They're all over the place. The people seem to enjoy them just fine. It'd be interesting to take some samples of this water and run them through the microscope to see what kind of critters exist. But I didn't bring my microscope, and importing it back to the States would of course be illegal, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just lament that I wish I could. Absolutely interesting. Let's look at the local plants. Not too distant and distinct from American varieties, at least that's what they look like. These little flowers are kind of nice. Hardly cherry blossoms. Trust me, I have my own cherry blossom tree in my backyard. These are not. They're some sort of weed. But they sort of remind you a little bit of a cherry blossom, don't they? Even though they're not. But this is the Kintai Bridge on its side. Beautiful. They are growing flowers of various types. I'm not sure what the significance is, if it's just flowers or if there's some significance. They're little butterflies in the flowers, doing their butterfly things. This is just kind of in the middle of the town for no particular reason. That's a nice thing to put in the middle of a town. I wonder what the significance is. That looks like an eel in the water. It is an eel in the water. I'm videotaping it right now. See the eel? Yeah. Right there in the water. And that eel is swimming around doing something eel-like. I think it's an eel. I'm pretty sure it's an eel.
I think it's a giant catfish.
Could be a catfish, but it could also be an eel. And it is apparently killing the hell out of something.
Or it could be an otter.
And no, I'm pretty sure it's an eel. In fact, there's a number of them right there. Water not to climb into. No, those are eels. No.
It's coming this way.
I'm just want to see.
Oh, no, you're right. They could be catfish. Playful little things.
Catfish.
yeah. I think they are catfish, and I think that that one has an interest in the other one. I think we might be looking at catfish sex.
Are they planting rice in here?
Oh well. Apparently I'm videotaping pornography with fish. It's okay though.
It's alright, Tom.
It's okay. When in Japan. Catfish sex. Well, they've picked a beautiful place for it. Nice scene. Try to pull back in.
The catfish?
Here comes the chase.
Up.
The catfish. There's catfish here.
Odd Japanese catfish. I found a beautiful garden of flowers for no particular reason. What they're here for, what they do, I don't know. They're just flowers. Up there is the way to get to the castle by gondola, which is where we'll be going in a few minutes. But for right now, I'm just going to wander around and look at these flowers. There's lots and lots and lots of them. I can't read the signs, but I can pretty well guess what they say. Pink rose, white rose, yellow rose. I hope there's no problem with photography. I saw no signs that indicated it. But that's alright. I'm sure I'll be yelled at if there are. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. You can see there's a little red one right there, sticking out from the others. Very bright, actually, some of them. I'm moving my camera to avoid people who may not want to be photographed. I try to avoid people in public. But sometimes they just get photographed. Look at these flowers. Absolutely wonderful. Well, that's enough flowers for everybody, right? Beautiful. That's where we're gonna go, right up in that cable car to the top. But for right now, let's look at the sights. As you can see, they don't hold back on design. Yeah, maybe right here they did. These little water pools are full of tadpoles and frogs. Those little girls that are right there are collecting frogs. Why? Because you like to collect frogs. As you can see, this is a reasonable tourist stop for everybody, including the locals. For obvious reasons. That dog's going insane. Oh, there's another dog. More animal love. Here is the cable car that we will be taking up to the top. Now, as all of you know, I am scared to death. Absolutely scared to death of heights. So let's see. Look, there's little kids waving at us. They're not as scared as I am, of course. Hello. Let's stop videotaping them. I think that's a signal.
この度は岩国城ロープウェイをご利用いただきありがとうございます。このロープウェイは山麓駅から山頂駅まで長さ412メートル、高低差 172.78 メートルを毎秒 3.6 メートルの速度で安全運転をしています。山頂まではおよそ3分。途中突風などで多少揺れることもございますので、お立ちのお客様は足元にご注意いただきますようお願いいたします。城下町岩国は今を昔およそ400年前の慶長5年西暦1600年吉川広家公が関ヶ原の戦いの後岩国に寄付され、この地に城を築いてから
So we go to the top.
現在では山口県東部の観光と工業の町として発展しています。近代橋は日本の三名橋として知られ、その周辺は国より名称近代橋として指定され、公園内には国 築城されましたが、幕府の一国一城の令によりわずか7年後に破却されました。現在の城は昭和37年に再建された桃山風南蛮造りの山城で、城内には刀剣や書画などの美術品、郷土資料が数多く展示されており、また岩国城天守閣からのパノラマなども楽しんでいただければと思います。お疲れ様でした。まもなく三条ホームに到着いたします。お降りの際
I don't know what this is, but it seems like some variety of clock. The music sounds more like old world Italy than Japan, but that's okay. It's in this beautiful little park. You see the birds are day and night.
What?
The birds are day and night.
Oh, you see a little puppet guy doing them?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm up on top of a mountain, and you can see this is Iwakuni. An interesting little place. The Kintai bridge is down there. It's hard to see from here, but perhaps you can see it if we zoom in. There it is. But we're up quite high via cable car. You can see the people are down there doing various things. This is the whole city. Absolutely lovely up here. There goes a big bird. So we're going to look around and see what's here. I think the castle is up here, but we'll know soon enough. I believe that that might be the Seto Inland Sea over there, although I'm not 100% sure. The cable car is about to go down. There are two of them, a red car and a blue car. We came up in the blue. Hopefully we'll go down in the red. There it is. Maybe I'll be in the front this time. So far cable cars seem to be the norm for getting up these mountains. You can walk, but I didn't have the time. And there's this beautiful little park with the interesting little clock. Along the way, we bumped into whatever this is. It appears to be vines, sort of, growing along. Now what do you suppose it is? It is a big hole. Maybe a well? We should throw somebody down there and see. Probably not though. Yeah. The person who's with me is trying to climb in. Probably not the smartest idea.
I'm not climbing in!
But, as you can see, it is probably a well with this neat root growing through it. I sort of expect Ewoks to pop out. Very, very interesting though. Certainly something not to touch. Probably a well.
I can't see how far down it
Iwakuni Castle was created in about 1608. What stands behind me is the original base of the castle. It was torn down actually by law. One castle per province was the law. Go figure. The government came in and tore it up. It always happens everywhere you go. But that's okay because we're in Japan where they're so cool. They built an entire replica to 1-to-1 scale. 1-to-1 scale. Now that's what you've got to call dedication right there. Not a model, not a picture, not just a replica, but 1-to-1 scale. It's absolutely awesome. And then they put ancient katanas in it, like the real ones. Filled it full of them, which we'll show you in just a few minutes as we tour through it. But anyhow, high on top of a hill before the Seto Inland Sea, Iwakuni Castle. Alright, Shiro. Means castle if I get it right. Probably I didn't, but that's okay. This is Iwakuni Castle. It says so right there. That character right there means castle. And so here we are on the grounds of the castle. By European standards, this would be nothing more than a oversized guardhouse, but it still has impeccable construction. I find it absolutely wonderful by comparison. The grounds themselves are just lovely. The little maples, the plants. Let's look over the edge and see what the view's like from the castle. You can't see much, but you can certainly hear it. As you can see, stupid people have carved things into it. Normally I don't see very much vandalism in Japan, actually, to tell you the truth. This is the first real vandalism I've seen. And it looks, I hate to say it, a lot of it looks like English. No, that's Japanese. Makes me feel better because I'd hate to think that only the non-Japanese were doing it. No, it's both. Thus proving, as usual, humans are humans no matter where they're from. And they will all be prone to doing the same stupid things. But anyway, at least humanity is consistent. Let's go into the castle proper and see what's there. Looks like it should be quite a view with the ornate construction. Absolutely wonderful. So let's journey in. Unlike Hiroshima Castle, photography is allowed in here. Look at these katana. Oh, that's not a katana, but still. The blades are exquisite, absolutely beautiful. Handmade of the highest quality. They have the marks of the original worker on them, person who made them. Better than my katana, that's for sure. Look at how beautiful they are. The aluminum foil is a little odd, but the original marking of the person who created it is right there. Beautiful katanas. I like this one. It's nice and curved. Beautiful katanas. If you look out the windows, these are arrow holes, most likely arrow ports. I don't see any murder holes. They'd be right here if they were. That could be an murder hole. You drop rocks and incendiary material out of murder holes in most European castles. Now let me shut up and videotape. Guns. Interesting guns. Tapestry. Here's how a katana is forged, from the raw iron to pieces to chunks that are hammered and folded. There's the folding. There's the basic blade. Over time, the blade is hammered and cut. And a polished sword is made. There are many types of polishings that are done one after the other until the blade is properly polished. Absolutely amazing. That same metal for the katana is used in the nails of the Kintai Kyo, there we go, Kintai Bridge. Descriptions of the battlements. Beautiful bridges exist. We are now at the top of the castle. It's the very top. Looking down, everything can be seen, even the other side of the mountain. As you can see, that's the other side. There's the other side. And this is the side we came up on. This is quite a high up position. From here you could see everything. Very useful for military purposes. The windows are open too, something you wouldn't see in America. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful view all the way around. There's the courtyard. And there's the roof. It's a nice roof. Looks like it's put together with little twist ties. Here's the other side.
As you can see, it's a beautiful view, stunning view of the countryside. Just out the window, there's some people looking at us. Quite an interesting castle, and yet there's still more mountains off in the distance. Very interesting, very different from European designs. Here are a bunch of fish. To put my lens in front, you can now see better with the glasses in front, perhaps. There are also a lot of turtles. Look at those fish. Let's go around here. Turtles. Lots and lots of turtles. But because of the turtles, you don't have to clean anything. There are lots of fish here too. A neat little stone bridge, which I didn't show in the video. Oops. Fish in the side are just less cool. But it does have the historic looking house. And there is the gondola. Now we need to go find ourselves something to eat.